Did somebody say rainbow? Hello and welcome back to Jenna Gets Creative. It's Art Addicts Alliance Day and our theme choices for June were rainbow or surreal. Before I sat down to draw, I really didn't know which one I was going for and I had ideas for both, but here we are, going with rainbow. What is the Art Addicts Alliance? I'm glad you asked. We're a collaboration group of artists here on YouTube. We do our chatting on Discord, and on the third Friday of every month, we do our best to participate in the group upload. We do take on single-month featured guests if you're interested in trying us out, and we also have some member spots open at the moment. The current other permanent members of the team are Jazz Capri, Weblight Dreams, Pan-Dimensional Space Zombie, All Funnies and Games, Aurora's Art World, Blue Flynn, The Artsy Pineapple, Justin Dwyer Artistry, Enjoy Drawing with Mary, Dark Star Creations, and Colornix. Everyone is linked in the description box down below and in the pinned comment, so go check out their videos after this one if you haven't already. Unfortunately, we don't have a featured guest this month, and we haven't had one for a couple of months, but that can change. Let's get a guest next month. Will it be you? If you're interested in guesting with the Art Addicts Alliance, all we ask is that you're active on YouTube and that art is at least one of the things you do on a regular basis. If that sounds like you and you want to join us for a one-off next month or at a later date, head over to our Discord server and put your name in the ring. You'll be given all the same info as the permanent members in terms of the upcoming theme and the list of channels to shout out. You'll upload along with us on the third Friday of your selected month, and we'll include you in our shoutouts, as well as include you on the official Art Addicts Alliance playlist. If you're interested in joining us permanently, as mentioned, we do have some spots open, and we'd really love to have you. There are 2 additional requirements if you're looking to become a permanent member. Your channel needs to have at least 100 subscribers, and you'll need to submit an audition video. Your audition video can be your official featured guest video if you guested with us first, or it can be an unofficial guest video. You can do it along with us as the themes come out, or make a video from one of our recent past themes. The purpose of the audition video is so that we can make sure that you're able to do our kind of theme prompt video, and there's nothing really problematic about it that could get others in trouble or give the wrong impression about the group. It isn't about judging your art style or your abilities. We love to have variety in the group. Don't feel intimidated. One more thing, anybody participating in the Art Addicts Alliance in any official capacity, whether that's as a featured guest or as a permanent member, has to be at least 14 years old. This is to comply with YouTube terms of service and COPPA laws. And seriously guys, we've only had to say no to people because of age, failure to follow instructions, or other serious communication breakdowns. If you're at least 14, you're an active YouTuber who does art on this platform, and you want to work with us, we want to work with you. Hop on over to Discord, say hi, and let's get something started. Okay, on with filling more of the runtime talking about the piece. It's a long dragon, and he's rainbow. He's also metallic and has a skull head. Metallic may be a spoiler. I have no idea how long I've been talking for at this point in the voiceover, and I don't know how fast I'll have to speed up the footage to match. My inspiration was the Eternal Dragon from Dragon Ball Z, but without the stubby dash-on legs, and when I started drawing the head it looked like a skull and that looked awesome, so I leaned into it. Seriously, I think I need to incorporate skulls more often. I planned this guy on separate drawing paper using several colors of color erase pencils, and then when I was happy with it, I decided to live dangerously and did my tracing with a 0.03mm fine liner rather than tracing in pencil and then going over it with the fine liner. Risky, I know. The final paper is Transotype marker paper, and that tiny fine liner was a Copic multiliner. I used a mixture of Copic and Ohuhu markers for most of the coloring, then broke out the gel pens for detailing. The gold spines and silver horns are done in Le Grip metallic gel pens from the local dollar store, and the black liner done anywhere that touches the metallic gel ink was done in a Pentel Hybrid Technica black gel pen. Once all of that was done and dry, I did the rest of my final line work with a Tombow Fudenosuke pen, which you've probably noticed me favoring a lot lately. What can I say? The ability to vary my line weight is awesome. You may have noticed that the darkest blue marker was swapped out after that first pass through the rainbow, and that's because the value jump was just too big for the lighter shades on either side. The dark blue I replaced it with really doesn't look that different, but if you look closely, it blended far better with the colors running into it. You can barely tell where it becomes the light purple in between the dark blue and the deep violet purple. I actually did have an idea for Surreal instead, but I figured it would take too long to do. Joke's on me, because coloring this dragon took way longer than I thought it would, and surprise, I'm still trying to do the voiceover on upload day with a 3-year-old who refuses to leave me alone for 5 minutes, and an impatient editing client, yes, the same one I talked about last time, who still doesn't remember that we have a significant time zone difference between us. What was my surreal idea? Well, surrealism in artwork usually means juxtaposing 2 or more things in the same image that you really wouldn't see in reality. Another artist here on YouTube who I follow, Lacree Fine Art, does subtle realism quite often. She's a wildlife artist, and she'll often do things like a lion at the bottom of the ocean with a coral reef as his mane. So I started thinking about phrases in the English language that could work for surrealism if interpreted literally, and I thought of tiger lilies. What if I merge a tiger with its namesake lily? I'll probably do that at some point. Let me know if you want to see that sooner rather than later. I also wanted to bring up the pride flags color palette thing again. Technically, you could say this piece fits that idea. The main pride flag is just a rainbow, but this is purely for the prompt rainbow while collaborating with the Art Addicts Alliance. If you want to consider it a pride dragon, go for it. Love it. I expect if I ever sell this design on Redbubble or Zazzle, that'll be primarily why it gets purchased. But I still want to do an intentional video of artwork inspired by pride flag color schemes. Art audience, you didn't answer on Tuesday. Is that okay with you? Am I going to lose more of you if I do that, like I did last week when I talked about pride-related books? Head on over to the other member channels to see more rainbow and surreal art pieces today, and if you've already watched them all, well then I've got some suggestions up on the left side of the screen. Don't forget to like, comment, maybe even subscribe, and if you like living life creatively, whatever that means to you, I'd love to have you along for the ride. Bye guys!